Hey, Aries, intuitive soul coach here with your December 2023 career reading. Welcome back to my channel if you are returning, and welcome if you are new. These are general readings. Please take what resonates and leave the rest behind. If you're interested in a personal reading, signing up for the monthly newsletter, or entering into the free reading giveaway, you can find all of that information in the description box below the video. All right, welcome Aries. It looks like some of you are strategizing this month. You may be weighing up some pros and cons, as your main energy here is the chess card. This is about wise spending. You're taking a look at what's working, what's not. You may be looking into retirement funds, accounts. You may be looking at decisions that are going to help you grow, not just now, but in the long run is what I'm getting here for you. So there could be some big changes and big shifts as you enter the 2024 season. I like that this chess card is showing up here, Aries, because you are thinking strategically, but then you have the heart card showing up in the near future. So a lot of you are thinking about what makes you happy. Can you be compensated for following your dreams, following your heart's desire? This is about joint finances. Some of you may be in a partnership, or perhaps you're in some sort of collaboration that allows you to do what your heart desires. Maybe you are in a relationship, or your spouse makes money as well. There could be some sort of collaboration that allows you to move to the next level. For others of you, this is new partnerships coming in 2024, because this is your near future position here. So moving into 2024, you could be a counselor. You may be guided at this time to move forward in a new direction, doing something that's more heart-based or more of service. This could be spiritual work. It could be nurturing, caring for others. I also see here that you're supported as you make some big changes in your business, in your career, or as you advance. I also see that some of you are going to take classes. Even though this is a December reading, we're going to get a little sneak peek into 2024 here for you. But I feel like you're making decisions this month, because in your recent past here, and what you're still kind of thinking about is, how can you take action? How can you manifest more money so you're seen, so you're heard, so you are in that energy of high visibility? Some of you could be a manager. Maybe you are in a managerial role, or you are looking to take on more responsibilities, but in the sense of working smarter, not harder. Because I get that you want to take a step back, but at the same time, you want to let your money work for you, or you want maybe other people to come on board. You could be training people to do what you do, or maybe you are the one that is launching some sort of platform that allows you to train, where you don't have to put so much energy and time into it. So if, for example, perhaps you've created a platform where you're launching a business, or launching a class, or launching a mastermind where you record it, but then you're able to build a community upon it where your presence isn't required every second. So again, working smarter, not harder. Some of you are really focused on that. I also see something here with books, exams, studying, certification. So maybe some of you have some renewals coming up in the month of December. I'm also seeing here that you could be shifting gears. You're really asking yourself at this time, what can I do maybe on the side or within my own career sector to increase finances, to get to my goal sooner rather than later? So I also see here financial or professional advice. Maybe that's through a financial advisor, a real estate broker, or a tax accountant here with a chess card. Now, some of you may be in the military. Okay, you could have military background, or you have that strong clarity, that strong knowledge. I'm getting that you're very knowledgeable here about your craft, about a certain situation. And now that you have some of that knowledge under your belt, a lot of you are very experienced. Some of you are starting to tap into this as well, depending on where you are at on your journey. if it's coming from a place of heart, I feel like you'll be successful here, but there could be a lot of work to put into a situation here in order for you to then take that step back and watch it work for you. And that's what I feel like 2024 is all about. Now, I'm hearing here, be careful around your spending. You do have the emotional spending card showing up here. So if you do celebrate the holiday season, you may want to take note of finances, what you can afford. Don't overspend. Don't max out credit cards. A lot of times people tend to, oh, wow, okay. People tend to put things or buy presents or gifts that maybe they can't afford, and then January rolls around and they're trying to recoup. I also see here it's important for you to have a job that you love. And a lot of you are shifting to align with the energy of growing a heart-based business, whatever that may be for you, or entering into or climbing the corporate ladder in a career that is emotionally fulfilling as well as financially lucrative as well. Now you have here the dress to impress. So some of you, I'm getting that there could be an interview. Perhaps you are, some of you could be on the board of a committee here, because they're showing me a long table, maybe even a podium in the room where there could be a speech. There could be something that you are presenting. Maybe you have a business plan, or you are interviewing others. Maybe you are the one being interviewed. You could be even attending maybe a holiday party or something of that nature, but you will be dressing to impress, and I'm hearing that you will impress. So your gifts, your talents are lucrative, and other people see that within you. There's something here with your confidence as well. Some of you, you're regaining a sense of confidence. I love this. You have the new assets, and this could be a new company vehicle. For others of you, if you are a business owner, you may be looking at expenditures or what you've spent money on. Some of you may be deciding to buy or purchase something for your business or for your career. It could be as large as maybe a company vehicle, or it could be as large as maybe even a new business space. For others of you, that may be part of what you are thinking things through this month in order for you to manifest this in 2024. I'm also getting here something with electronics. So maybe it's a new laptop, or it could be electronical devices, anything of that nature. I also see someone needs to get a new cord. I don't know if this is a new plug-in cord or a new charger of some sort here. So new assets coming in, either they're coming in this month, or you are making some decisions around some new assets. Okay, we have unexpected expenses, and that's what I was picking up on here with the emotional spending. So for some of you, if you have a budget, try to stick to that budget. So let's say you have a budget for, I'm just throwing it out there here, a $30,000 vehicle, but you really find one you like and it's $45,000. It's important for you to stick and stay within your budget here, because you could have unexpected expenses, or you don't want maybe that extra payment amount, something of that nature. Now, this does show up as a stethoscope. So some of you, this could be health. Maybe you are a healthcare worker. There could be, maybe some time off that you take to take care of your own health or someone else's. I also see this could be a vet expense if you have a pet. So just keep note. I don't think it's something as large as, a vehicle. For some of you it is, but the unexpected expense could be just something that shows up. Okay, so others of you, you're thinking about terminating a job. Okay, yeah, you're thinking about leaving. I'm also getting retirement for some of you. There may have been a job loss that you are recouping from, and that's why you are planning to recover. That's why you have new assets. I feel for a lot of you, maybe December isn't necessarily the month. For some of you it is, but it is something that you will accrue more of in 2024. So I feel like you're going to splurge or spend more money, but it could be a write-off for those of you business owners. But I also see here that there's been some sort of termination. For some of you, this is a person that works for you. There could be a partnership or a contract or a client that did not fit with your energy. And this is actually a a silver lining. There's a silver lining here with you letting someone go or you exiting from a situation. Now, I also see for those of you who are currently unemployed, there's going to be here interviews, but there's going to be some choices. There could be 2 jobs or 2 interviews that you have, or it could be a back-to-back one. Maybe it's the same company, but you are moving in the right direction. So keep your head up here. This is about you being supported. And then you also have debt being paid, which I love. Some of you, this is a vehicle. It could be that you are putting more money towards debt here. I also sense that you're paying something off even in 2024. It could be a small personal loan. It could be something that I'm seeing furniture. So perhaps the new assets has to do with furniture. I mean, that could be personal or professional, but know that you're moving in the right direction here. And I feel like there's going to be a turnaround for a lot of you who have went through some sort of a loss. Okay, let's dive into the reading here and take a look at the heart of the matter. So we have here what's crossing your energy is the King of Wands with the Hanged Man. Yeah, so there's some sort of, I mean, I feel like you're in this King of Wands. This is you. This is your energy here. So it's all about moving forward, taking charge of your destiny. You're very active. You're a passionate person here, Aries. You're very goal-oriented and driven. You would make a wonderful entrepreneur, business owner, or, leader in your line of work. But right now it may feel a little bit stuck, a little bit stagnant, because I do feel like this Hanged Man is feeling like you're coming up short in a way. I'm getting here empty. It says empty rewards. And you want to feel rewarded for your hard work, but at the same time, things feel a little bit stuck. But that's why you're in this chess energy here of strategizing, because this is something long-term. It's not just temporary. So if you are out of work, it is temporary for now, but you're going to get something that's more long-term. I hope that makes sense. For those of you that you're going through an integration period and you're making some big moves, it's going to affect you long-term, but know that the situation that you are in is temporary. That's what some of you really need to focus on, because you are dependably goal-oriented, but some of you may feel like there's so many goals that you just need to take a little bit of a break or a step away this month with that Hanged Man. Gain a new perspective. Maybe step outside of your energy in a sense, step outside of maybe an environment. It could be gaining a new perspective, gaining a new point of view with the Hanged Man as your challenge. This is feeling restricted at times, but I get that you're letting this go. Okay. Even though it's in the challenge, I feel like you are thinking of new strategic ways to make more money, as we said in the beginning of your reading. And that could help you pay off some of this debt if you have any debt, or if you're saving for something here. Let's take a look and see what's happening in your foundation. What's going on here, please, for Aries? All right. How would you like here, Spirit? Thank you. All right. We're going to take the cards that came out and put them in your Celtic cross here. So right away, yeah, there's the Fool. The Fool is showing up here because you've shifted your energy, you've shifted your frequency, and you're ready for a fresh start, a fresh environment, a fresh atmosphere. When the Fool shows up here, this is a fearless beginning. And for those of you that did lose a job here, or if you've been making drastic changes in your career, it's because you were craving, in a sense, craving this beginning, but there was some fear surrounding it. I do see that here. There was some fear about making some big decisions. Some of you may still be feeling that impact of a new beginning, and you could still even be in the lull of the new beginning. But I get a lot of shifts around 2024, so I'm excited to see what your outcome energy is here. Yeah. Okay. Yep. You are recovering your sense of stability. So even though the Fool shows up in the deep past, because some of you, there was a fear of starting over again. There was a fear even of growth and ascension. And sometimes that is a thing. We can fear success, or we we fear, taking on additional responsibility or building that business, or what happens if we get there and we don't know what we're doing and we fall on our face, right? But I feel like you have the skills, you have the education, you have the background, you have the experience. There's something here that even if you don't quite know what it looks like, you have these beautiful gifts where you'll know when you get there. And I get here tactile learning as well. So there's something with hands-on or some sort of experience, some sort of training where you're going to get it quickly because your mind is like a sponge, Aries. And I do feel here that you're going to climb to the top. I mean, you see this guy at the top of the mountain, his hand is in the air like, yes, I did it. And it hasn't been an easy journey for you, but a lot of you, whatever this top tier means, it could be the top of a company, it could be the top of your line of work. Maybe it's achieving those goals that you've wanted to achieve. Even though there is a fresh start here and a fresh beginning, I feel like it's important that you have that with the Hanged Man. So in the recent past, you felt a little bit disconnected. Maybe you felt like you had to learn more. I'm getting here research, knowledge, scholar, education, exams, and we were talking about that a little bit in the beginning. But this is about you going back to the drawing board and saying, okay, what do I need to do to shift things up? Is this in my beliefs? Am I going through a repetitive cycle that I meant to break here? What am I learning? How can I see it from a higher perspective in order to embrace the energy of abundance in its highest potential here? So you're thinking, you're strategizing. I mean, the Page of Swords kind of goes hand in hand with that chess card. It is about long game. And so you're really thinking things through. You can see that this little man, he's dressed to impress, right? And he's using the left and the right hemisphere of the brain. So he's rationalizing, but he's also being creative as well. And maybe that creative piece was missing in the past. And that's why you're moving into a little bit of this heart-based energy as well. So you're putting your head and your heart into something. So I like to see that you're going back to the drawing board. And for those of you that felt recently uninspired, maybe you were focusing on some things that you had to go through, maybe in your own personal life here. For some of you, it was health. But I do get, because you have the Five of Coins showing up here, you will recover that sense of stability. Because what you don't see coming in here, or maybe this is what you're manifesting, is the Knight of Coins. And there was a balancing act that you had to play out. And for some of you, you felt like you fell off that tightrope. Some of you, I'm getting tight with money, with the tightrope, but the Knight of Pentacles is about having the patience to succeed. And for some of you, it felt like your patience was running thin, running out, because you see here that he's on this tightrope and it's a thin break, a thin opening. You felt very unbalanced. You felt like things may have been really piling on you. But it's taught you patience and you're not giving up. I mean, look at this dedication here. Not only is he on a tightrope, on a motorcycle, above the city, he's standing on it, balancing, holding his pentacle. So for a lot of you, the Knight of Pentacles is someone who's very goal-oriented, dependable, trustworthy. He's slow and steady. So there is a situation that Spirit is saying slow and steady wins the race, but not to be too cautious, okay? Because there is something here with taking cautionary risks. I mean, look at that. It looks like one wrong move, boom. But I am getting here in the near future, you may be taking a risk because you have the Fool card showing up in your energy. So some of you, Aries out there, you're not afraid to take a risk where in the past, maybe you weren't quite sure what you needed to do to kind of take that leap, is what I'm getting here. But you're recovering your sense of stability. Like I said, there's going to be some sort of debt paid, something you want to pay off. Look at her. She's happy. She's splitting that paper in two. She may finally have a job where she can put more money towards debt. I get bankruptcy for some of you, foreclosure. Some of you had to file maybe bankruptcy or foreclosure in the past, but you're recovering now. I also sense, because there's so much destruction in the home, some of you, there could have been a disaster, a fire, something of that nature that Maybe insurance is helping with, because I get insurance claims. This could be a vehicle, insurance claims. Maybe that new asset is a new vehicle for some of you, but you will recover this sense of stability. So if there was a loss here, a loss of a client, a loss of a job, a loss of reputation, whatever it is here, you will recoup. So how are you doing? How are you feeling here? Your patience is growing a little bit thin. Look at that. There's a tightrope again. And the temperance is all about patience and balance. And we don't always want to hear that, especially when we feel like we're between a rock and a hard place, or we want to manifest money, not just because we want to, but because we need to. We have bills to pay. We have, maybe mouths to feed. And I feel for a lot of you, you've had to be patient about a situation, but I do see here light at the end of the tunnel. So it wouldn't surprise me to see some sort of action card as your outcome. I'm getting here new beginning. So ace, knight, offer, maybe a page. But you felt, some of you, I just have to throw this out there because, again, law of cause and effect, what you put out there, choices that you've made, you reap consequences. Some of you were reckless with your money. Okay, reckless, and maybe this was 20 years ago. Maybe you didn't know how to balance your, money, or you weren't quite sure that you would need it for whatever, but it's never too late to start is the message that I get. And for some of you, maybe you're following a program, maybe like Dave Ramsey, or you've shifted your beliefs, or there's something here that you are coming out of, but it was a hard lesson one is what I'm getting here. A hard lesson one for some of you, and you did have to start over. For some of you, there could have been a loss in the form of maybe personal loss. It could be physical, it could be emotional, it could be anything here. It could have been a divorce I also get for some of you, where you were left with nothing, or you had to rebuild or recoup. For some of you, you hadn't worked in quite some time. I see that as well. Maybe you stayed home with the children and you weren't in the workforce for quite some time. And then there was a separation or a divorce, and then you were forced. I see that for some of you, but your patience, your dedication, and your soul is aligning here more so with the good things on your destiny path, okay? Because the King of Wands is that path towards destiny. And you have some really great things coming in here. Let's take a look at your environment. What's going on around you here, Aries? I'm getting the name Christoph. Maybe it's Christopherson or Christopher or Chris or Christol. Please take that as it resonates. Maybe it's a company, a place. Maybe it's in a different language. Okay, let's see here. What's going on in your environment? The Death, a total transformation. I mean, this is big. This is an ending, a necessary ending, and it comes actually at the perfect time. This is an ending of an old way of thinking, right? That transforms your life. This can be an ending of a job. It can be an ending of, a cycle of a business, whatever this may be, but it's offering you this new beginning because you've went back to the drawing board. You're thinking and strategizing here. Some of you maybe you didn't want this ending, or maybe it was forced upon you, but it's actually, like I said, it was divine intervention coming in to put you on that trajectory towards your highest destiny. And even though some of you, maybe you can't quite see it now, I do see financial stability coming in for you. This is what you're working towards. You're working towards that abundance, that, legacy. This is about you building upon things that bring happiness, not just to your life, but the lives of others. So the Death energy is big. I mean, for some of you, this has been a transition for quite some time, but it's through that spiritual growth that we learn, that we evolve, and that we tackle some of the things that we want to tackle here on earth. So let's look at the hopes and fears. What's going on around your hopes and fears at this time, Aries? The Three of Swords. Yeah, wow. You want to recover. We see it happening here. But there's still a little bit of that in-between stage, because for some of you, Aries, again, there was something, some of you, this is a personal situation that you're dealing with that may be affecting your work. Okay, it could be affecting your work. It could be, a loss of, a family member. For some of you, I mean, it certainly can be. Death doesn't typically represent death in the physical, but it can. So for some of you, there was a loss. And I do feel here that that may have left you in a little bit of a pickle, but there could be a windfall or money coming in that could help you out. I also see here that there's some disappointment. There may have been some challenging words, because swords energy is about communication. It's about obstacles. It can be, the intellect. And I see that you're trying to think your way out of a situation, and it's important to heal as well. That's why you have the heart card showing up. So Trust that you are on the path towards your highest good. I want to clarify some of these cards, but let's get the final outcome. What's the final outcome here for you, Aries, for December 2023? What do we have for Aries? Final outcome. Five of Swords. It's in reverse here. So yeah, there is this energy of, I'm going to win at all costs. There's no one that's going to put me down here, or I'm not going to succumb to the projections or the disappointment of others. So when this Five of Swords shows up, some of you are choosing to walk away from toxicity, from pettiness, from a boss or someone that's just ruthless. Okay, so that could be what you are closing the chapter on, whether this person works for you, you work for them. I mean, for some of you, this is your own mental restrictions. Maybe it is the thought of, not having enough, lack of mentality. It can be that poverty consciousness or war, feeling like everything is a fight, everything is a struggle. But we're going to clarify here, because December can be, it can be a rebirth type of month, but we let go. That's what December is all about, is kind of letting go of everything that's been challenging, difficult, that's accumulated over the year. We take a look at the beliefs that are not working for us, the ones that we need to upgrade. Let's take a look and clarify some of this energy. All right, let's start with the Five of Swords, since that's your outcome. What do we have for the Five of Swords? What is this ruthless win? Some of you are really hell-bent and determined on moving forward, which is good, but we want to do that without stepping on toes. We want to do that without being in a manipulative energy, whether it's yours or someone around you. I do feel for a lot of you, this is someone around you that you're cutting off or cutting out of your energy, because it's actually causing you at times, Aries, to not make as much money as you could, or to not live in your Ten of Pentacles. So and look at that, we have fives showing up here. You have two fives. So Five of Coins, Five of Swords is actually leading you towards your Ten of Pentacles, because you're cutting some things out. And the Ten of Pentacles is a beautiful energy to have in a financial or career reading, because it is about leaving behind a legacy. So you're not going to let people squash your name. You're not going to let people, their projections get under your skin, where maybe they have in the past, because some of you felt rejected. You felt like there was no compromise, or someone wasn't maybe willing to compromise, and that's okay, because that gave you the opportunity to move forward in a new direction. All right, because I get here a little bit of a tug of war happening here. And when the Ten of Pentacles shows up in the upright as your clarifier for your final outcome, it's saying that, if you keep on going in a determined type of energy, you're definitely heading towards the Ten of Pentacles here. So don't give up. Don't give up on your dreams. Forge your own unique path is what I'm hearing as well. Now, this Ten of Pentacles is about financial security. It is about being able to take care of yourself, your family, those that you love. I also get some of you could be taking care of someone else's bills. So for example, they could be out of the home, or maybe they are in the home. It could be a college. Maybe you pay for college funding of some sort for your child, or maybe you take care of a parent's nursing home bills or something like that. I feel like that's either getting paid, or there's some sort of help coming in around that, or maybe that's part of the unexpected expense. But the good news is I feel like it's going to pay off, or it will be paid off, or there's going to be some good news around that energy is what I'm getting here. So 10 of Pentacles is a great card to clarify, but you got to go through. You got to go through. That's the only way, is going through. We can't do a shortcut here. And some of you are ready to be through and be done, but I feel that's what this month is all about, is for you to complete some of these cycles so you can enter into a new energy, a new shift with this 10 of Pentacles. And this is coming in sooner rather than later. So if you have struggled financially, or if you've struggled with your career, maybe getting a job or feeling inspired or attaining those clients, selling your book or putting your stuff out there, 2024 is going to shake things up for you. And it may show up right now as towers, even though I don't see any towers here. We see a hanged man. And so if you've been stuck in limbo, expect things to get shaken up here to get you unstuck in a way. All right, let's take a look at the death card. Why the death in the environment? What are we letting go of? What are we letting go of for Aries here? The Three of Swords, beautiful. It's in reverse too. So you know how this was showing up in your hopes and fears? Well, your hopes are manifesting here. So the Three of Swords in reverse is what you are ending. You're ending the old cycle, the disappointment, the pain, because the comeback is stronger than the setback. Wow, I love that here. That's one of my favorite sayings, is the comeback is stronger than the setback. So we don't often realize that until we're out of whatever is setting us back. But when you look back, you say, wow, that actually happened exactly the way that it needed to in order for me to grow or evolve or shift or whatever it may be for you. So yeah, you're releasing, you're putting an end to this situation here. Okay, let's get one more card. Let's see here. What do we want to clarify? Let's clarify here the King of Wands, because that's your main overall energy. This is you stepping into your power. This is about you taking action and winning here, but not letting other people step on your toes. There could be some sort of competition. I will say that with the Five of Swords, where someone around you is very, very ruthless. Okay, this could be someone who, no matter what you do, or no matter what energy you show up in, they're just a bear. Or they are someone who you just can't get through to them. That could be you letting that person go, or you letting that person know, hey, you're not helping out, even if it's a client or someone that you work with, because you're course correcting here. Seven of Pentacles is saying, you're looking at it and saying, is it worth it? Is it worth working with this person? Is it worth working with this bank or this institution? Or, you know, I sense that some of you are working with a new professional. So maybe this has to do with your business, or it could be a coach, a mentor, or someone that maybe you're just not jiving with. You could be moving in a new direction. Financial professional, broker, real estate agent, tax advisor, because maybe someone else isn't putting in the effort here. They're not helping you, and you realize that now. Okay, so Seven of Pentacles showing up to clarify what's going on. And I like the 7 because it means that you're only a few away from that 10. So you are closer than you think, because you have the 5 of coins here. You have here the 7 of coins, and then you have the 10 of coins as your outcome, but you still need to do a little bit of work in between. So trust that your dreams, that your vision, that your goals, they are attainable, but keep on going here. All right, let's get a few messages. Let's get a message from the wisdom of the Oracle, and I will read to you the career message from the guidebook. What do we have here, please, for Aries? All right, thank you. Aries, career, December. We have co-create, card 40. 4 could be a significant number for you. Some of you are born on the 4th. Maybe you're in a personal year 4, or for some of you, 2024 is going to be your 4 year. You could be a life path 4. 4s are all about stability. They're about structure, planning, and creating and co-creating, in this case, a new sense of solid foundation. And look at that. There's your third illustration with a tightrope. So some of you, you're being called here to go out on a limb. I just heard that. Go out on a limb. And maybe that's part of you taking a risk here. And maybe it feels risky, but there's something you are being guided. Yeah, to go out on a limb because your patience, your dedication, and some sort of calculated but yet risky risk is going to pay off here in a big way. So this card here is all about creativity, art, inspiration, fruition, and manifestation. And it says you may not consider yourself a creative person, but in fact, you are creating your reality every moment of every day via your thoughts, feelings, beliefs, intentions, and actions. Yet you must consider you do so in partnership with spirit, consciousness, God, or whatever name you call your higher power. You are a spark of this intelligence that works through you, nudging you with inspired thought and intuitive guidance. You are a paintbrush that co-creates a beautiful, unique expression of your own individuality blended with the universal spirit. You are a product of divine inspiration, and now you're aligned with it to create miracles. When you view your life as art and know you co-create it, only beauty and grace result. Prepare to be amazed. And when it does come to your career here, flashes of inspiration give rise to great success. Yeah, here's your flashes of inspiration. You have not only the candle, which flickers and flashes, there is your inspiration here, turning something into action with this Page of Swords in the past. This is your creativity, right? You are at your most creative. So whatever you apply yourself to will lead to the fruition of your dreams. And remember, Aries, that all your ideas are channeled from higher source. So you create your reality in partnership with spirit, because the potential for that manifestation is that 10 of Pentacles at this time. So revel in that vastness, because some of you've been trying really, really hard, and maybe that's why you keep getting this tightrope. Maybe you've been trying too hard, almost to the point of obsession at times, that's left you feeling a little bit drained or isolated or just out of energy. It says perhaps you could be in a creative slump. Maybe you're suffering writer's block or facing a monumental task, but unable to decide which way to go. If the world feels a little bit too overwhelming at this time, Aries, it's asking you here to just kind of take that step back, tap into spirit, not just what's happening here in the physical, but go within. Ask spirit for inspiration. Two minds are greater than one. So co-create with your divine partner. Reclaim your partnership, because their inspiration, I see it coming in here. And sometimes it's us. We get caught up in our own way. We get caught up in these, endings, this stage of kind of feeling a little bit stuck here. But the good news is you are realizing and understanding and coming out of something that may have been a little bit difficult for you. And spirit has had your back all along here. But somewhere along the way, maybe you felt lack of, or you felt like the universe hasn't heard your prayers, or God hasn't heard your prayers here. But I feel like the universe has been working behind the scenes, and there were some powerful opportunities and ideas that are coming out of a situation that has been less than, coming out of something that may have been a hard misfortune for you. Can you see the opportunities at this time is the question. Can you revel in the vastness of it all here is what I feel. So for a lot of you, you are being asked to go out on a limb and trust the wise one within. You see the owl is the one on the limb, and you see here this beautiful cheetah overlooking, and you see the egg at the bottom. So this is, starting something here, even though it may seem fragile, even if you feel a little bit fragile or vulnerable to a situation, you are more prepared than you think you are. And spirit is more than ready to help you and inspire you at this time. So keep on going. Don't give up here. Yes, there's some endings coming in, but it's for your highest good. And remember, as I always say, the comeback is stronger than the setback. So at this time, we're going to get a few messages from your spirit animals. And I just ask, Aries, if you can, Take a nice deep breath in from that solar plexus chakra, the belly area, a nice big breath in. And with your eyes closed, I want you to focus on that third eye chakra and release the breath you are holding. And I want you to imagine the first animal or animals that show up in your mind's eye. Now this could be an animal that flies high in the sky. It could be an animal that swims deep in the sea. It could be an animal that is wild, magical, mystical, or even domesticated. It could be an animal that's crossed over the rainbow bridge, or one that's visited you in the great outdoors. There is no right or wrong answer. And if you need a moment, Aries, just pause the video and come back when you are ready. And for those of you that would like to be entered into the free reading giveaway, all you need to do is drop your power animals or animal in the comment section below the reading, and I will enter you personally into that giveaway. All right. And your animals for the month of December, the first one out here, we have beaver. We have the beaver. It's card 6. It says it's time to lay that solid foundation. And it doesn't mean that you are starting completely from scratch, but some of you could use a really big upgrade to the belief systems around money, around stability, around foundation. For some of you, you're branching off on your own. You're going out on your own, or it feels like you are, on a tight rope here, or again, a limb. You're going out on a limb here, but you're going to lay that foundation for yourself, and it is going to bring you into, longevity, retirement, leaving a legacy. There's something here that you're building, and I think it's going to be really, really abundant for you. Now you have here Turtle Spirit, slow and steady. And that's the reminder with this Knight of Coins. Slow and steady as you go out on a limb here, and trust. Now, some of you may be 62, you may be 35, 45, or maybe you're born on the 18th or the 6th. We also have Deer Spirit. Bring a gentle touch. This is a time for compassion, for love, for creativity. It's not a time for aggression or, bullying. And if you are around anyone that is really acting out in volatile ways and it's affecting you mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, get out. Put an end to that situation here. You will be taken care of. Next, you have Koala Spirit. Spirit has a plan. We just said this, right? Co-create. Spirit has a plan for you, for your highest good. Try to trust in that, even when it gets difficult. And importantly here, we have watch your words, because your words create your reality. Like it says in that co-create introduction there, words, beliefs, all of that creates our reality. So if you're telling yourself, I'm broke, I'm poor, I don't have enough money, I'm drowning in debt, whatever words you are telling yourself, catch yourself when you talk that way. That's very important. Use words of abundance, use words of, strength and leadership and creativity and inspiration. So be mindful of how you are speaking, because a lot of you are leaders, you are influencers, you could be coaches, mentors, inspirational followers where people follow you for inspiration. And it's important to understand that, yes, words carry and hold a frequency and energy. So if you are in that leadership position, people look up to you for your words of inspiration. So be authentic, be genuine. I know that you are anyway here, Aries, but other people may be coming to you for support and for advice, but don't let people creep into your space and really throw you off balance here, okay? Because sometimes, Aries, you go out on a limb for others, right? That's you going out on a limb here, going out on that tightrope to get returned or met with such hostility. Cut that off. If you are that type of person where you're going to go out on a limb, but that limb someone just cuts and you fall flat on your face here, it doesn't mean stop doing that, because that's your beautiful energy, but it means stop doing it for that person, okay, or that situation or that environment. It may have been there to teach you a very important lesson around boundaries. That is what I have for you. I hope it resonates, Aries. A lot of beautiful shifts coming in for you. Trust the universe has a divine plan. Trust in your soul's highest plan here. If this resonates, please feel free to hit that thumbs up button. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe, and do drop your power animals in the comment section below to be entered into the free reading giveaway. Thank you so very much for tuning in, Aries. Lots of love.